As a schoolgirl, I had a close encounter with the concept of bullying, which is so often talked about on TV today or discussed in various forums. Today, bullying is a buzzword, but in my youth, it was associated with hell. I had the saddest thoughts. I shut myself away. I looked for 1,000 reasons not to go to school, but the meeting with my tormentor was inevitable. No, it was not an adult man, but a boy my age, with whom I was in the same class. This monster named Lyosha came to us in 7th grade. He, like me, differed from his peers by his taciturnity. Probably because of these considerations we were first put at one desk. He seemed to me not just silent, but a battered and emotionally wounded person, so I wanted to help him somehow. I tried to make contact with Lyosha, but he was adamant. But one day, quite unexpectedly for me, this silent man invited me for a walk. Of course, out of pity, I could not refuse him, but I had to, because on that very day, my parents and I had to go out of town to our dacha. And with this refusal, apparently, some kind of revenge for his refusal began. Lyosha began to open up in a different way at school, and at the slightest opportunity, he gave me a dark time. One day he poured buttons on my chair, and I accidentally sat on it. And then it was even worse. He put gum in my long hair. When I got home, I cried for a long time, trying to find answers as to why Lyosha was acting this way, and my mother found only one way out of my situation. She took me to the barber shop, where my thick bun was transformed into a nice curl, and the mischief from the monster Alexei did not end there. On Valentine's Day at school, the girls expressed their sympathy through Valentine's cards. They'd leave one on their desk for someone they liked. And what was my surprise when there was a cute little box next to my desk with a note that said, "You like them." I wish I hadn't opened that box, because there was a dead mouse in it. If all my classmates stood in a stupor over this gift, and I got hysterical, then Lyosha was the only one having fun. Of course, I realized who had given me such a gift. Again, I cried all night. Mom, seeing my puffy eyes in the morning, pounced with questions. But I did not keep quiet because I was tired of the endless insults at school, of mockery and mockery, in which I was plunged by Lyosha. Mom immediately went to school to talk to this troublemaker, and to my surprise, he even apologized to me and promised not to touch me again, but not for long. Lyosha seemed to have taken a break to give me another surprise. On the eve of the New Year's Eve, there was a disco at school. The girls and I got dressed up, did our hair, and went to the dance. The mood was really high, especially since I had my lover in sight, who did not know about my feelings, so I wanted to attract his attention in every way possible. But then, out of the blue, Lyosha appeared in the auditorium and took the microphone and invited everyone to come to the exhibition in the corridor. The girls and I exchanged a glance, but followed everyone. And when I saw this exhibition, I wanted to fall through the earth. There were erotic pictures of my face hanging all over the corridor on the walls. I was so ashamed because everyone was laughing at me, even the object of my adoration. I stood like a man on the floor, drowning in the filth. Of course, it was a montage made by Lyosha. They laughed at me for a long time after this episode, and I realized that I couldn't take it anymore, so I asked my mother to transfer me to another school. And this was the right decision. Otherwise, my child's psyche would not have survived, and there would have been tragic consequences. More than 10 years have passed since those adventures. I successfully graduated from high school and am studying for my master's degree, and I really remember that Lyosha like a bad dream. Though later I even saw him in the street and tried to avoid him, but it didn't work, and Lyosha only threw one phrase in my face. "I loved you, and you didn't even want to take a walk with me. You're just like my mother." Then I found out from my former classmates that Lyosha had played hardball, robbed a store, and was now in jail. But I didn't pity him one bit, because he got what he deserved for all his misdeeds. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you like it. Also put a bell so you don't miss new videos. See you soon.